You won't believe what's come to light recently about Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker's family. On the surface, everything appeared picture perfect. A thriving couple, lovely kids, and a warm home that fans adored watching on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. But behind that flawless image, there was a storm quietly brewing that no one saw coming. It all began when Todd's daughter, Kaela Tucker, finally broke her silence. What she revealed left everyone stunned. Kaela opened up about struggling with mental health issues after living in that house. According to her, it wasn't just about fame or reality TV drama. It was about years of emotional pain she carried inside. She said she often felt isolated, misunderstood, and forgotten within her own family. That's when everything started to unravel. Kaela explained how tension in the household had slowly been building over time. She said she constantly tried to fit in, to feel loved, but the emotional distance between her and everyone else only seemed to grow. In her eyes, she never received the same warmth or attention that her stepsister, Riley Burruss, enjoyed. But then came the shocking revelation. Kaela claimed that Riley was stolen from her, that someone took away the only connection she ever managed to build within that family. That single statement blew up the internet. Fans began questioning what was really happening behind closed doors and how a daughter could feel so unseen and unloved. What makes this story stand out is that it's not just about money, fame, or television drama. It's about the deep, quiet pain of feeling invisible in your own home. Kaela shared that these struggles haunted her daily, and no one seemed to truly understand. Things took a dramatic turn when she started opening up about how difficult it was living in a house where love didn't feel equal. She revealed that she would often lock herself in her room at night, crying and wondering if anyone even cared enough to notice. She also recalled watching her father, Todd, and Kandi argue about how to handle her. Todd wanted to take a strict approach, while Kandi believed Kaela was old enough to make her own decisions. But in the end, Kandi reportedly said something that shattered everything. "You are not my daughter." You can only imagine how devastating those words must have felt. From that point on, Kaela said everything changed. The love, the trust, even the small sense of peace she once had all vanished. Gossip blogs soon began circulating whispers about jealousy and fights within the household. By August 2025, rumors surfaced online claiming that Kandi had kicked Kaela out after a major argument. Fans were in disbelief. Some accused Kandi of favoring her biological daughter, Riley, while others defended her, suggesting the reports were blown out of proportion. But Kaela's words had already caused an uproar. She described how she felt completely pushed away, as though she never truly belonged. Even though all she wanted was acceptance, what made everything even more intense was that this wasn't happening. Behind the scenes, the cameras were rolling, the internet was watching, and everyone had something to say. Kaela said she became the target of brutal online attacks. People mocked her, insulted her, questioned her character, and even made fun of her pain. She said that reading those words shattered her from the inside out. She spent countless nights crying, and the pressure of living under public scrutiny only made her mental state worse. For her, this wasn't just a TV show, it was her real life, and it was falling apart right before everyone's eyes. From that moment on, Kaela's world grew even darker. She said that each passing day felt heavier than the one before, and she no longer knew who she could truly trust. Let me tell you, she wasn't only battling her emotions, she was fighting against silence. Everyone around her assumed she was fine, but deep inside she was breaking down. She said there were days when she'd smile in front of others just to mask her pain, and nights when she couldn't sleep, her mind filled with thoughts like, why am I never enough? Or why do I feel like a stranger at my own family? That's how her mental health started slipping away quietly while those around her remained too distracted to notice. But here's the shocking part. Kaela revealed that she felt her very presence in the house served as an unwanted reminder of Todd's past. She claimed that every minor disagreement between Kandi and Todd somehow circled back to her, whenever they argued about money, discipline, or boundaries, her name was brought up. Kandi reportedly thought Todd was too lenient with her, while Todd believed Kandi was being unfair. According to Kaela, the fights were constant. What made it even worse was hearing her own stepmother, the woman she once admired, say those painful words, "You're not my daughter." Those words echoed in her mind for years. What makes this story stand out is how raw and genuine it feels. This wasn't some scripted TV drama, it was a young woman's real life unraveling under the weight of fame. expectations, and love that never felt balanced. Things took another turn when Kaela decided to move out for a while, hoping that space might mend what was broken. But instead, the distance only made her feel even more forgotten. She said she rarely heard from anyone in the family, and when she did, their words felt distant and cold. She began to question her own worth, wondering if anyone would even notice if she disappeared from their lives entirely. The most heartbreaking part came when she opened up about her experience on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kaela said that being on the show completely destroyed what little confidence she had left. Imagine living under constant cameras with millions of people judging your every move. She said the online comments where brutal people compared her to Riley, claiming Riley was the real daughter while Kaela was just the outsider. Those comments, she said, cut deeper than anyone could imagine. She cried reading them, wishing someone would step in to protect her, but no one ever did. She said Kandi occasionally apologized, but by then, the emotional damage was already done. And then came another challenge: Kandi's mother, Mama Joyce, who made things even harder. Kaela revealed that she used to avoid Mama Joyce entirely because she never missed an opportunity to remind her that she wasn't truly part of the family. She said there were times when Mama Joyce made negative remarks about Todd right in front of her, almost as if she wanted her to hear. Kandi often tried to smooth things over, telling Kaela not to take it personally. But Kaela said it was impossible to ignore words that cut deeper every single time. Let me tell you, Kaela's story has moved far beyond fame or reality TV drama. It's about a young woman searching for love and identity in a family that seemed constantly divided. The world only saw the glamorous moments on television, but behind all those lights and luxury were heartbreak, confusion, and silence that no camera could ever capture. After years of keeping quiet, Kaela began to reflect and realize just how deeply those experiences had changed her. She said that as a child, she dreamed of having a peaceful, close-knit family, but the reality turned out to be the complete opposite. You won't believe how powerful her words were when she confessed, "Living with them made me question who I really was." Let me tell you, that single line stayed with everyone who heard it. She said she completely lost her sense of belonging. One part of her wanted to keep trying to fix things, while the other part was exhausted from being disappointed again and again. That's how her life turned into a never-ending cycle of hope and heartbreak. Kaela said that every time she tried to grow closer to Kandi, something would happen: a disagreement, a misunderstanding, or just cold silence that pushed her away once more. She said she eventually began to feel like no matter what she did, she would always be seen as the outsider. But here's the shocking part: Kaela revealed that there were moments she wished she wasn't even part of the show or the family's public spotlight. She said being watched by millions didn't make her feel famous. It made her feel trapped. She couldn't express her pain because every word she spoke turned into gossip, and every tear became a headline. What makes this story so different is how it shows fame, slowly breaking a person from the inside while the world keeps cheering from the outside. Destiny took an unexpected turn when Kaela decided to focus on her career and her future, but even that, she said, wasn't simple. Every time she tried to make her own decision, someone in the family had something to say about it. Todd wanted her to be more responsible. Kandi wanted her to approach things differently. And all Kaela wanted was a little freedom. She said she was tired of being treated like a child when all she truly needed was guidance and understanding. The craziest part is that even after Kaela moved out, the drama didn't stop. She said that whenever she posted something online, people would immediately tie it back to her family twisting her words, assuming she was throwing shade or attacking them. She said she just wanted to express her feelings, but fans made everything worse. Some labeled her ungrateful, while others accused her of seeking attention. Kaela said she felt misunderstood, not only within her family, but by the entire world. Nowhere felt safe anymore, and let me tell you, that's the kind of pain that doesn't fade easily. Kaela later shared that she started therapy, hoping it would help her make sense of everything and finally begin to heal. She said it wasn't about blaming anyone anymore, it was about finding peace. Yet, even in therapy, she admitted she still felt anger every time she remembered those painful words. "You're not my daughter." Those words, she said, replayed in her mind like a song she couldn't silence. Every time she thought she was healing, something would remind her: an old picture, a memory, or a comment online, and the pain would return all over again. But here's the shocking part. Kaela also revealed that even after trying to rebuild herself, she still had moments when loneliness crept back in. She said there were nights she wanted to pick up the phone and call her dad, Todd, but she stopped, afraid that she'd only be met with the same silence once again. She admitted she missed him deeply, but the emotional distance between them felt too heavy to bridge. What makes this story stand out is that it doesn't end in anger or revenge, it ends in growth. Destiny took a surprising turn when Kaela decided to share her personal journey online, not for attention or fame, but to help others who are quietly suffering just like she once did. She began posting about mental health, forgiveness, and finding inner strength. Fans who once judged and criticized her suddenly started sending her messages filled with love and support. She said it felt like, for the first time in years, people were actually hearing her voice instead of twisting her words. The craziest part is that her story made even her own family stop and reflect. Sources close to Kandi revealed that she became more cautious about what she said publicly and started thinking about how her words and actions might have affected Kaela. Some fans believe that Kandi may have quietly reached out, trying to mend things away from the spotlight, though nothing was ever confirmed. Others thought Todd had also started realizing how much his daughter had been hurting in silence, while he was focused on holding everything else together. Whether those private conversations truly happened or not, Kaela's decision to speak her truth changed everything. Let me tell you, this entire story serves as a reminder that behind every smiling family photo, there can be unseen pain and stories no one talks about. It shows that words carry power, and sometimes silence can wound just as deeply as anger. Kaela's journey from heartbreak to healing became a reflection for so many who've ever felt unseen or unheard in their own homes. And while the world may never know if the Burris Tucker family will completely heal, one thing is certain: Kaela has finally found her voice. And this time, she's not letting anyone take it away. Kaela ended her story by saying she's finally prioritizing her mental and emotional health. She admitted that healing isn't easy, but it's worth every step. She said she's learning to forgive, to breathe again, and to focus on becoming the strongest version of herself, someone who no longer needs anyone's approval to feel whole. She reminded everyone that mental health matters just as much as physical health, and no one should ever feel ashamed to seek help or speak their truth. Let me tell you, after everything Kaela endured, her message was simple yet powerful. Take care of your heart, protect your peace, and never let anyone make you feel small. Now I want to know what you think about this entire situation. Do you believe Kaela deserved better? Was this just a misunderstanding or something deeper that fame couldn't hide? Share your thoughts down in the comments. I'll be reading each one of them, and if you want more real, emotional stories like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss the next story that everyone will be talking about.